Well, when I spoke at the beginning, so I cut a little bit short, but I didn't get. So, and as for the Buddhist temple, they don't meet every Sunday. They base on the special event, might be once a week, a month, or twice a month. So many Christians may think, the Buddhist temple will meet every Sunday. No, I haven't. How to contact? So normally they call me, and if they want to come, now we have about 2 or 3 people like to visit the temple. So they give me the names. I contact the monk. But the Buddhist monk, a little bit different from a Christian pastor because they eat 2 meals per day, like breakfast and lunch. After 12 o'clock, they don't eat anything. I mean the food. They can bring tea, coffee, the orange juice. That's all until the next morning. So that's why to become a Buddhist monk is very strict. So sometimes people say, "Oh, you never become a monk because you cannot skip supper." Well, that might be true. So that's one thing. So the monk have to they stay in the temple all the time for 24, 7. And that's how I would like to be clear with that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm surprised. No questions.
We'll answer more
We have
questions.
questions from the crowd.
Sure.
We'll just take 1 minute.
Okay, now of course, if you want to participate in something in Murfreesboro area, then Linnell would be definitely your person to contact. If you want to go to a Baha'i center and see things that are going on and, meet with the people on Sunday mornings, then you can go to Nashville, which is it's on Bell Road, about maybe a half mile to a mile north of Hickory Hollow exit. And that's like 10:30 every Sunday morning.
The Muslims get to Islam? Can you pass the microphone down this way so they can
Well, if you would like to learn more about what Islam is about, I would advise you to do not go to the internet. The first thing you need to do is to go to the local mosque. And we have our mosque here at the Islamic Center of Murfreesboro. You can come on Friday from 1 p.m. till 2 p.m. and you can speak to the imam or to one of the congregations. And if you can't have this time, you can just email me or Abdul or the mosque itself and make an appointment, and they will, or any mosque for that matter, they will guide you for the right books, for the right even websites. So you will not be misled by any misinformation out there that are written by, unfortunately, anti-Muslim. Thank you.
Can you tell us about Murfreesboro Muslim Youth?
That will be him.
How much you want to know?
I think people would be interested to know just,
Tell the
how you
community
started
what they're
it and what
doing.
it does.
That 1 minute or 3 minutes? What do I have?
Well, you know what? I got this timer all messed up.
Oh, good.
How much do you want?
Okay. You give me what you want. I'll make it happen.
2 minutes and 25 seconds.
The group was founded 2 years ago following the North Carolina murder of Dia Yusur Razan. If you don't know the story, look it up. It's called the Three Winners story. They were executed by their neighbor because of their faith. I have a personal relationship with the family. I've known Dia since he was a baby. His father is my personal brother. So I went there to the funeral, and during the funeral, it inspired me to start something that will encourage what those kids were doing in their own community. So I came here, started the Murfreesboro Muslim Youth with the purpose of giving the Muslim youth in our community opportunities, chances to serve the community they live in, strengthen their faith, and become bridges of understanding, love, and passion toward everyone around them. What we do is basically in one of 4 categories. Each category has many different things under it. 1, interfaith activities. Love Your Neighbor is a flagship of it, which we do along with the Cold Patrol. It's a 3 times a year potluck picnic. It draws anywhere from 200 to 500 people. Our upcoming one is in April. We do something called Seat at the Table. It's a group meeting for dinner that we sponsor and cater, and it brings anywhere from 10 to 15 people. 1 month is for the youth, 1 month is for the adults, and we foster a conversation that will hopefully end up with new friendships. We also do, that's interfaith. Second thing we do, there are other things under it, but these are the 2 main things. We do community service activities, and that would be basically what I talked about earlier. We find things in our community that needs to be helped, and we take part of it. And the next thing we do is refugee work, so we work very closely with the Syrian refugees. We have a scary number of 242 Syrian refugees in Tennessee. That's a total number. But that's another thing we do, and that's basically we help them speed their self-independence is what we do. So speed the time they need to be not dependent on anyone else's help. And the last thing we do is youth empowerment. Basically, we do fun activities to bring friendships. We do conferences, events, meetings, trainings, and just plain dinners and so forth. That's just very quickly what we do.
Perfect, thank you.
Well, we have a running joke going, well, if you want to go and have a Jewish experience, go to Nashville. Because that's where all the synagogues are. And you know, if you're interested, whether it's, there are Reform, well, there's actually an ultra-Reform, I think, too. Reform, Conservative, or Orthodox synagogues here in town. There's actually about 5 Orthodox synagogues in the Nashville area, and at my last count. And so we would like to welcome anyone that would love to come up and see a service or see what it looks like. We are not unusual people. We are just people who want to have our, you know, our, oh, I know it is. All right, but please, if you're interested, I'll be glad to give you a phone number and an address. You can come.
So did everybody get to tell?
I want to say one
Okay,
thing.
can you pass them up?
So, for folks who are not Christians, I want to talk about this theological architecture of this room, for example. So we know that this is a chancel rail. Some people call it an altar, but actually the table, which is communion, kind of supplants the altar, right? So everything on this side represents material reality, and everything on that side represents the spirit dimension, eternity, right? So somehow the collection plate got on that side. but we see, you know, the light, the word, and then the cross, and this is the Lord, and high and lifted up, right? So we understand that. And but we see a flag, right? And so that's a fight. They told us in divinity school, you do not want to fight. Now, this is not just indicative to Key. You know, this is everywhere. And there's an issue that we can conflate our nationalism with our faith, and that's when we get into big trouble. So to keep the two separate, and because we become exceptional, we become, there's this chosenness, and I'm right and no one else. And so just wanted to make that distinction. And so while you see that, we are cognizant that it's there.
Did everyone get to talk on how the public